We live in a world obsessed with success. From the moment we're children, we're told to aim higher, work harder, achieve more. Success is painted as the ultimate prize, a bigger house, a better job, more recognition. But here's the question nobody asks. What if in the process of chasing success, you lose yourself? Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century, warned us about this danger. He believed that real success isn't just about climbing the ladder. It's about making sure the ladder is leaning against the right wall. Think about it. How many people work tirelessly to achieve goals they don't even truly care about? They get the promotion, the money, the applause, yet deep down, they feel empty. Why? Because the life they built doesn't belong to them. It belongs to someone else's expectations. Jung's wisdom shows us another path, a way to achieve, to grow, to succeed, but without sacrificing the very essence of who we are. Because in the end, what is success worth if it costs you your soul? Today, let's explore how to succeed in life without losing yourself through the timeless insights of Carl Jung. Carl Jung believed that success, as society defines it, is often a trap. We are taught that success means reaching a certain status, gaining wealth, or being admired. But Jung saw this as only half the truth. For him, success wasn't about what you collect. It was about who you become. He introduced the idea of individuation, the lifelong process of becoming your authentic self. When you ignore this inner journey, you risk becoming what Jung called a persona, a mask you wear for the world. The job title, the social image, the perfect smile. It may look impressive, but if it isn't rooted in your real self, it will eventually collapse. That's why so many people reach the peak of their careers and still feel an emptiness inside. They succeeded outwardly, but inwardly, they never asked, does this life belong to me? Or is it just what others expected of me? For Jung, real success begins the moment you stop living for the applause of others and start aligning your outer achievements with your inner truth. Carl Jung once wrote, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Most of us are conditioned to look outward, to measure our lives by comparison, by achievements, by how others see us. But Jung believed the real compass lies within. Success without self-reflection is like sailing with no map. You might move quickly, but you'll drift wherever the current takes you, and often end up somewhere you never intended to be. To succeed without losing yourself, you must pause and ask, does this goal bring me closer to who I truly am? Am I doing this because it lights a fire inside me, or just because it wins approval? If nobody else were watching, would I still choose this path? Listening to the inner voice isn't always easy. It's quiet, often drowned out by the noise of the world. But that voice is your truest guide. When you follow it, success stops being a mask and becomes a mirror, a reflection of who you are at your core. And here's the paradox Jung understood. When you honor your authentic self, you don't actually lose success. You gain a deeper, more lasting version of it. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. Carl Jung taught that every pursuit of light casts a shadow, and success, perhaps more than anything else, creates one. When people chase success, they often suppress their doubts, fears, and weaknesses, hiding them away to maintain the image of strength. But Jung warned, whatever we push into the dark doesn't vanish, it grows. This hidden side of us is what he called the shadow. In the world of success, the shadow can take many forms. An obsession with achievement that hides deep insecurity. A craving for recognition that masks a fear of being unseen. or a polished persona that conceals loneliness and exhaustion. The tragedy comes when people believe their mask is their whole identity. They shine in public but suffer in private. Jung believed the path to wholeness is not to deny the shadow, but to face it, to admit, yes, I have doubts, yes, I have fears, and yes, I am imperfect. Because only when you integrate the shadow does your success become truly human and authentic. In other words, you don't succeed by pretending you have no darkness. You succeed by carrying both your light and your shadow together. Carl Jung often warned about the dangers of conformity. He believed that many people live lives designed by others, parents, culture, society, rather than by their own inner truth. And here's the paradox. The world praises individuality, yet punishes those who actually live it. To succeed without losing yourself, you need the courage to be different, to choose the path that may not make sense to everyone else. Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But becoming that person often means breaking away from expectations. It might mean saying no to the safe career, stepping out of a relationship that doesn't align with your soul, or pursuing a passion that others don't understand. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it can feel lonely. But this is where authenticity is born. Because in daring to be different, you're not just rebelling against the crowd, you're honoring your inner self. And strangely, it's this courage to be authentic that often inspires others the most. When you live your truth, you become a living example that success is possible without surrendering your identity. So how do we redefine success in a way that doesn't cost us ourselves? For Jung, success wasn't about climbing the highest ladder. It was about climbing the ladder that actually belonged to you. He believed that true success happens when the outer life reflects the inner self. This doesn't mean giving up ambition. It means redirecting ambition. Instead of asking, "What will impress others?" ask, "What will nourish my soul?" It's not about the number in your bank account, but the meaning behind how you earned it. It's not about applause, but about whether your life feels aligned, honest, and alive. Because here's the truth. Success without self is an illusion. It shines bright for a moment, then fades into emptiness. But success with self, success that grows out of your deepest values and truths, that kind of success lasts. It becomes freedom. Jung reminds us that the greatest wealth is authenticity. And when your life reflects your inner truth, you haven't just succeeded. You've won something far more precious: yourself. Carl Jung believed that the true measure of life is not how much you achieve, but how much of yourself remains intact in the process. You could have the world's respect, the world's applause, the world's wealth, but if you no longer recognize the person in the mirror, what have you really gained? Success is not about being everything to everyone. It's about being yourself fully, courageously, unapologetically. And here's the beauty. When you live this way, you don't just succeed, you inspire. Because the world doesn't need more perfect masks. It needs more authentic souls. So I leave you with this question. What is your definition of success? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if Jung's wisdom resonates with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for more explorations of philosophy and psychology. Remember, the greatest success is to become who you truly are. See you in the next video.